All right, y'all, I'm going to end this episode like I always do. Showing love and shouting out. And today I want to shout out Ryan Coogler. Man, you a bad motherfucker. Yes, y'all. Okay. I finally got out, took my little boot thing to see Sinners as a part of her Mother's Day weekend extravaganza. And I fucking loved it. Okay. And we don't even do horror like that. You know what I'm talking about? My wife likes the typical civil rights movies and like real sappy dramas and shit. That's my wife like. And, and I like gangster movies, political movies, comedies, uh, shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? But we stepped out to go check out Ryan Coogler and what he was doing. And I gotta goddamn say that shit was dope as fuck. It really was. It really was. You feel me? As somebody who lives here in Mississippi, somebody born and raised here in Mississippi, and somebody who's a former history teacher and a history enthusiast, I loved that aspect of it. I loved how the music was so ingrained in the film. I loved how he took that shit and how he tied our music, our contributions to this fucking culture here in America, and he tied that shit back to our ancestors in Africa. He brought that shit up to the blues of that time that he's portraying in the film, whether it was 1932 or something. All right. He pushed that shit forward to the music that was to come, you know, with rock, R&B, rap. That shit was fucking brilliant, man. That shit made you think the whole fucking time through. He's really making a whole lot of statements throughout that fucking movie about America and our place in America and how America has fucking uh handled us and how we've had to survive that shit. That shit was masterful. How he seamlessly had Michael B. Jordan playing both of those characters and shit. Um, just was dope as fuck. And yeah, if you still haven't seen it, and if you go see it, you gotta stay through the damn credits now. You gonna miss some heavy shit if you don't stay through the credits. Okay, so make sure you do that. The shit masterful. You know what I'm saying? And it also speaks to ownership, the power, the importance of ownership, and how ownership in this country represents freedom, and how uh the twins character, Michael B. Jordan, the characters that he played, them trying to own that motherfucking juke joint, be their own fucking bosses and have that freedom. And the freedom that they had that night and how happy those people were in there. That represents something to me, man. I am fighting every day for that. Well, I got that freedom right now. Uh, the freedom is risky. To have freedom, to try to be a truly free person in America as a black person is risky. You know what I'm saying? Uh, to be an entrepreneur of any color in America is risky, but you know, as a black person who I don't have as much to fall back on, I don't have my mother anymore. Uh, long live my mother. We don't have these, and my mother wasn't wealthy, ain't no shit like that. She taught for 40 years, most important job in the world, but mother wasn't wealthy at all, but she had a house paid off. I'm very proud of her for that. Very proud of her for accomplishing that. But y'all know what I mean. Like, we ain't got no fucking, we largely don't have no fucking trust funds to rely on. You know, my mama ain't leave me no large sum of money that I can take and flip and do all this shit with. You know what I'm talking about? Like so many of these other motherfuckers got. You know what I'm saying? I can't get a $100 million loan or whatever the fuck, the $10 million, whatever fucking millions of dollars that Trump borrowed from his dad. I can't do shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Or I don't have the complexion for the connection for the protection. Just walk in the bank and get a loan because I'm white. You know? So it's risky. It's riskier for us. Just like in that fucking movie, it was a risk to try to start that juke joint there because the goddamn Klan don't want to see a black man come up. A black man who you ain't bothering them. You ain't trying to go fuck on their women. You ain't trying to go take their customers or do nothing. You just trying to entertain your own fucking people. Klan ain't gonna like that. If you read the 1619 Project, organized by Nicole Hannah Jones, she got a report in there about a brother who was just killed because of that. White folks just didn't like he was coming up economically, so they killed him. You know what I'm saying? So he spoke to Ryan Coogler and his wife. His wife was involved with that shit too. Man, that shit spoke to a lot of stuff, man. It really had my wheels turning, bro. Seeing those people in those cotton fields. I still drive by cotton fields, you know, here in Mississippi. And when I do, I always like envision my ancestors out there in that shit and think about, damn, could I have done that? Like it made me think differently about even the work I do with my t-shirt company, Statement Tees. That Statement Tees, every t-shirt you wear makes a statement. That work can be tedious. That work can be repetitive. You know, making those damn shirts and shit. And I was thinking about I'm working with cotton, you know, putting these images on this cotton for people to wear. But that's just a lot better than going out there picking that goddamn cotton. So I had to tell myself, damn, my ancestors could goddamn do that repetitive behavior every motherfucking day for a little or nothing. I can do that shit. I can make some shirts in the comfort of my air-conditioned home while I listen to music that I like, while standing next to my beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? Like that movie gives you a lot of fucking perspective. Makes you think about religion, you know? Because of course you got the preacher's son who's being pulled between his music and his father who's a pastor now. Just a dope ass movie. And then going back to ownership, you know, all these motherfuckers were trying to come for him about the deal, come for Ryan Coogler about the deal he got. You know, that they gonna the studio's gonna transfer the ownership of the movie to him after a set number of years, 20, 25 years or something like that. And motherfuckers are gas. Like, motherfucker, but what? His genius made that damn movie. The studio fronted some money. The studio made his money back. So why in the hell shouldn't this shit belong to him? What? See, that's the shit that gets me. And I thought about that too. Now, I often think about that. Like black people, what we do in the entertainment business is genius, especially our music. Motherfuckers want to tell me Mozart is a genius and all these. God damn it. That man ain't no more genius to me than Isaac Hayes. He's not. You know what I'm saying? They tell me how the Beatles is all this. The Beatles ain't better than the motherfucking Isley brothers. Not to me. And that maybe that's a cultural bias. But you're not gonna tell me one is up here and they so historic and the other one ain't. If one is historic, the other one, goddamn it, is just as historic from the black perspective. But so many of our artists, the overwhelming majority of our artists, don't own their shit. They don't own the genius products that they created. And so I got to think about how many other groups in the world, in the history of the world, don't own their creations. You don't own as a people, like as a whole people. You don't own what you invented. Like you think about going all the way back from the blues and gospel on up through R&B, rock and roll. Oh, I skipped jazz. I apologize. Jazz. God damn. All the way on up to hip hop. All these damn songs, all these albums, all this shit. And so many of us, most of us don't own the shit we invented. And that shit hurts even more when you look at the wealth gap. We invented music. We invented most of America's music. The genres, we invented that shit. But to have the label owners own the copyrights to these records that we invented, and therefore their kids and grandkids and great grandkids make the money on that shit into perpetuity. While so many of our kids and grandkids and great grandkids suffer through poverty or struggle in the lower middle class. When you can turn on the TV and that's your granddaddy's song being featured in this commercial and shit. Like, man, this movie makes your motherfucking ass think about a lot of shit, bro. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Y'all know I am a movie collector. I will be purchasing this and adding it to my collection. You feel me? So shout out and salute to Ryan Coogler. Keep doing your motherfucking thing. And shout out to all y'all real ones out there. This has concluded episode 225 of the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. You know, I appreciate y'all for staying down with me. Trying to get this bitch back rolling for real, for real. You know, it's still tough. I still got a lot of stuff that I need to take care of. You know what I'm saying? But didn't want to wait any longer. So I'm back. You feel me? So please support me. I'm working so hard for y'all, and I need your support. Follow me across all socials. Share my shit. I need this algorithm, all algorithms on all these damn sites, wherever I am, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, trying to get to 10,000 followers over there on TikTok so I can monetize that shit. Trying to get every algorithm jumping. Because with your help, we will change the world. I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all, as always. One.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.